friends, and welcome back to my channel, Inner Flame Wellness. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jenny and I'm a health coach. So for this video, I wanted to do another book review and talk about a book that is, in my opinion, a game changer when it comes to understanding your thyroid health. This book, The Paleo Thyroid Solution by Elle Russ. Understanding the thyroid can be really tough and confusing. For me, it took several years of repeated effort and finally reading this book to understand what the thyroid actually does and to know how the thyroid impacts the body. And I'm still learning. I first heard about this book on Robb podcast, which is called the Paleo Solution podcast, and he hosted Elle on his show where they talked about her book and they dive into paleo and thyroid health. And I found this episode super helpful and really interesting to listen to. So I'll put a link in the description below and also a link to Elle Russ's website if you'd like to learn more about her. I found Elle's story really relatable and her book is just super empowering. Her story is that she struggled with hypothyroidism for several years and was failed by many doctors to treat her condition. So she finally took her health into her own hands, educated herself on all things thyroid, and she was able to overcome her condition. So some of my favorite highlights from the book. Elle does a great job explaining in layman terms what the thyroid is, what the thyroid hormones are, and how the thyroid impacts the body and what are some of the things that affect your thyroid. There is also 5 pages worth of listed symptoms related to hyper and hypothyroid disease, and it was actually going through this list that made me realize I was still pretty hypothyroid even though I was taking replacement thyroid hormones. Elle also includes her own personal blood tests and interpretations of those blood tests, which is super handy if you are retesting your thyroid hormones but are struggling to understand what the values actually mean. Another great and key aspect of this book is the explanation of the different thyroid medications, and Elle does a great job diving deep into the different medications because certain medications contain only T3 while other medications contain only T4, and some medications are a combination T3 and T4. And she also states in the book how you can go about finding your optimal dose. Not all medications are created equal and not all medications will work the same. So I think that this was a very important part of the book, and it's one of the things that really helped me get my thyroid health back on track. What I also love is that there are some great before and after photos and testimonials of other patients, and they also include their own blood test results and again the interpretations of their blood tests. And another important point that the book makes is what to look for in a doctor and how to tell if they are better informed about the thyroid. I have had personal experiences with past doctors and have been intimidated to have that conversation with them and really understanding what's going on. And this is why I think learning more about your condition is what will help you to be an informed patient and to be able to hold a conversation with your doctor. And if it wasn't for Elle's book, I would probably still be really hypothyroid. But since reading the book and implementing some of the tips that she provides, I have come a long way in my thyroid health and now feel pretty symptom-free. As it is in the title, the Paleo Thyroid Solution, this book does a great job explaining how going paleo can further optimize your health. The statistics are out there, so 1 out of 8 women will develop a thyroid problem at some point in her life, and there are 200 million people worldwide suffering with some form of thyroid disease, and 60% of those are undiagnosed. So undiagnosed or mismanaged hypothyroidism can cause a lot of problems and put you at risk for things like weight gain, insulin resistance, cholesterol issues, chronic fatigue, depression, and even infertility. This book, at the very least, will empower you to do more for your health, and it'll definitely teach you a thing or two about your thyroid and what are the things that you can do to take care of your thyroid health, and also how to implement your very own Paleo Thyroid Solution. I'm so grateful that I read this book when I did because of how it kept me from falling further down the conventional suboptimal health spiral, and I think that Elle Russ is an absolute legend for sharing her story and writing this book. Again, I'm not paid or sponsored in any way to talk about this book. I just found the information super valuable, and I know that if more people had access to information like this, that we would see less people suffering from thyroid disease. So that is the end of this book review video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button because it is your support that makes all the difference, and I really do appreciate it. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye!